Happy Thursday. What's happening? This is the 6th day of January. I feel like I'm missing a day. I don't know what happened. Anyway, this is Thursday, the 6th day of January. This is the 4th episode of the 3rd season of the Be Your Own Hero show. That was fun to say. HERO is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. In other words, helping others helps you. It's a reciprocal action. So try that out in your life and you will find it to be true. I am your host. I am Sekouwrites. I am a professional creative and the creator of the Hero Ministry Movement, which is my effort to uplift and inspire the unhoused community. It started off with these hero hoodies. They are 1 for 1, meaning get one, gift one. You get one for yourself and I will gift one to the unhoused community, either directly or to a nonprofit that works with the unhoused community. There are more than just hoodies in the shop now. There's hoodies, sweatshirts, socks, masks, a whole host of things. You can find all those things at sekouwrites.com. That'll get you there. And let me just find my own website and put it up there for you. So there we go, sekouwrites.com. Okay, so that is what the Hero Ministry Movement started off as. It started off as just a clothing line, and it has expanded and expanded and expanded. So, quick disclaimer, I am not a personal trainer, nor am I a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence. Also, shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space to grow and talk about my journey of becoming my own hero, my journey of working with the unhoused community, and my journey of being the best version of myself that I can be. Check me out here Monday through Friday on the New Thought Media Network, obviously, but also on my Facebook page and my YouTube page at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. If you missed any of the episodes, you can watch all of them on my YouTube page. That's probably the easiest place to watch the replays. Or also on the YouTube page of New Thought Media Network. Okay, so if this show provides value, if it gives you anything at all that feeds your soul, please like. That helps the algorithm. It helps other people find the show. So click the like button, the love button, the hug button, any of those buttons that it gives you as an option. Click on those buttons. Also make a comment. Also share it. This is season 3. Let's spread the word and not keep it to ourselves. And if you feel like there's value here, then share it with someone. And also there's information in the show notes for making a donation. Okay. Oh, and by the way, you can make a donation to both me or to New Thought Media Network or both. All that information is in the show notes. All right. That's what we got. That's our introductory stuff. Okay. So, Hero Ministry Movement news. I feel like I need not quite a drum roll, but something. I want to do something to move to the next movement. Anyway, Hero Ministry Movement news. Again, this is season 3. The theme for season 3 is doing. In other words, practical advice, putting it all together, making actual moves. This is the season where you need a notebook, a pen and paper, something to write with so that you can write down these ideas so that eventually, eventually something resonates with you and you take some action. Or maybe it all resonates with you. Wouldn't that be amazing? And you take a number of actions to change your financial life, your financial future. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Let me say hello to the people in the chat. Shout out to Nan, happy Thursday. Shout out to Tim with the reminder about the water. I didn't do the water today, but I tried this thing. What is this called? Revitalite electrolyte solution. I'm trying this today. I never heard of it, but I got it yesterday. It's supposed to have lots of electrolytes. So I'm trying this as my post-run drink, but I know I still need some water. Appreciate the reminder. And shout out to Gladys. Okay, so, coffee. What's up? What's up, Pamela? I was confused because I was trying to do it phonetically. That's how you spelled it. Coffee. All right, got it. Okay, so where was I? I was doing the Hero Ministry Movement news. So today is a milestone day for me. So I'm going to hit the, oh, wait, I don't get to do the drum roll. I don't get to do the drum roll because I didn't add up the miles. Oh, man. Okay, well, today is a milestone day for me. It is day 220. Day 220 of my run streak. Let's just call it a run streak. I've been running every day since the first day of June. My original goal was 30 days, 1 mile a day, so 30 miles. And now I'm 220 days in, over 560 miles for sure. For sure. Last time I checked, I was almost there. So I'm definitely over 560, but I will have to add up the miles today and see what it is. I like to add it up on milestone days, so it's a surprise to me too. So I add it up later. I will put it in my social media later. By the way, seconds before showtime, I got a text from a Morehouse brother of mine saying, "Are you going to be able to get your run in today?" That's because here in Nashville, it is snowing heavily, heavy snow. And since I haven't uploaded my run report yet, let me just tell you here the brief version of my run report. So on milestone days, I like to have an epic run, something that feels epic for me. No matter if anyone else thinks it's epic, like it's something for me. So today's idea was I wanted to run a loop at Hadley Park. Hadley has a circular track that's a half-mile long. So a lap there, and then over to TSU and run a lap on their upper track, and then run down to their lower track and run a lap on their lower track, and then run back. So I wasn't able to do that because their lower track is gated and locked today. So I wasn't able to get in. But on the second lap, so I did the Hadley Park loop, and then I got to TSU and did the first loop on the track. And as I was ending that first loop, it started snowing. And I thought, okay, I'm not so far away that I can't go back. But I was like, no, I'm going to keep pushing forward. So I finished my loop up top on the top track at TSU. And then by the time I got to the second lower track, it was really snowing. And then I ran ran the long way back so that I could make sure that I got a 5K. And it was, pouring down snow by the time I made it back. I had to put my phone inside. I had it in my hand. I had to put it inside my pocket to keep it dry. I had to take my glasses off because the snow was covering my glasses. I put my hoodie up, and the snow was so heavy that the way I navigated was by tail lights of cars and by traffic lights up ahead. I was like, okay, so there's my direction, like there's my North Star. And that's how I got back. So it was just funny to me that I got a text from someone that was like, you gonna be able to get your run in? Yes. I'm like the mailman. People think that I'm doing this for physical fitness. I'm not doing this for physical fitness. I'm doing this for mental fitness. I am rewiring the way I think about challenges, the way I think about obstacles, the way I think about excuses. And by the way, this is a big challenge for me. For those of you just meeting me now, it may seem easy, but I'm on a whole sidebar, but I'm going to finish this thought. So in high school, I ran track and cross country. For those of you unfamiliar with cross country, it's a 5K. It's a 3-mile race. That's all it is. Like, at least at my level, I don't even know if there are other lengths of races. The only one that I ever did was 3 miles. And I was so overwhelmed by that number every time. In every single race, not a few races, not some races, not half the races, every single race, I was the last person across the finish line. Consistently, the whole season. Last person from my team, last person from the other team, it didn't matter. I was always the last person across the finish line. And I just couldn't get over the mental hurdle of how far it was. I didn't quit, but I didn't get better, because I kept thinking about how far it was and I can't do 3 miles. And the coach tried everything to encourage me. And it just wouldn't click for me. I didn't quit because I figured it would make me faster for track, which is where my real interest was. But yeah, I didn't do well. And I am only now, all these years later, understanding something that the coach said to me then. That's basically, start fast no matter what. Start fast no matter what. And this applies to life too. Start fast no matter what. Because by the time you slow down, if you slow down, you'll be ahead of where you would have been if you started slow. And I'm just getting that now. Like he said that. I was like, whatever. But now I understand that to be true. And it's a life lesson. You start fast towards something, and even if you inevitably slow down, you will be ahead of where you would have been if you had started slow. So I say all that to say that this run streak has been a push for me to rewire the way I think about obstacles and to really force myself to push through, to not be the person I was in high school. It's like, whatever, to really push through. So yeah, I got my run on despite the snow, and I kept running despite the snow, and I got my full 5K despite the snow. All right, so that was a bit of a tangent. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but I just got that text message as I was starting the show, and I don't know, it got me fired up. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I've done the hi to the heroes in the chat. Shout out to anybody who's watching the show later. And again, I am planning to do a Get Rich 101 seminar this month on January 22nd. Still trying to figure out the time and the format. I got yet another new idea last night about how to do it. And I think this one is the one that's going to be the one. So stay tuned. All right, picking up the pace because I told the story and did that whole tangent. So let's transition into the money stuff. Oh, wait, let me just do a quick morning zen. So as you know, if you've been watching the show, I've been taking Rev Melissa's class, the 30-day mental diet. I have taken it many times before. I think this is my 4th or 5th time taking it. And so my morning reading today, and probably for the next, the next 28 days, will come from the 30-day mental diet. So here is the quote. This is from day 1. There is only one mind, spirit, or intelligence, which increasingly flows into fuller, harmonious expression as all that I am. As I now affirm this and accept it, so it is done. There is only one mind, spirit, or intelligence, which increasingly flows into fuller, harmonious expression as all that I am. As I now affirm this and accept it, so it is done. So essentially, it's about the unity of you and God, you and the divine power, whatever you call that divine power. And as you affirm that connectivity between you and the divine power, it forces you to think about things in a different way. The example that Reverend Melissa gave in class, which was very funny, is she thought, when she started thinking about like she is a divine being, then how can a divine being be addicted to Twix candy bars, which apparently she was addicted to at some point. And so she stopped herself from being addicted to Twix candy bars by affirming that she is a divine being. She is one with the divine. So who knows how that will apply in your life, but remember that you are a divine being. You are one with the universal spirit. This universal spirit is one with you. Okay, that said, I also want to read a quote from The Science of Getting Rich. And is this it? Yes, here we go. So this is from The Science of Getting Rich. You have no right to use your willpower upon another person, even for his own good, for you do not know what is for his good. Yikes, right? Yikes. I want to read it again. You have no right to use your willpower on another person, even for his own good, for you do not know what is for his own good. All right, that's a note to all of us to stop meddling in other people's business, because we don't know what path they're on. We don't know if the obstacle we're trying to help them avoid is necessary for their growth. So it's all the way back to stay on your mat. That's a yoga reference. Stay on your mat. Stay in your lane. That's a driving reference. It's all the same stuff. Stay in your space. Worry about you. The next time you feel the need to help someone adjust themselves, you adjust you instead. And it requires practice. For all of us, it requires practice for sure, but practice. Okay, so that is today's morning Zen. It comes to you from The 30-Day Mental Diet by Willis Kinnear. Also, Rev Mel said she is still taking people for the class, so you can still sign up. Go to rocklandcsl.org to sign up for the class. And also, today's morning Zen comes to you from The Science of Getting Rich, which, by the way, is the book that I read in my podcast, Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101 is available on all the podcasting platforms. It's a great way to shift your mindset about abundance and wealth passively while you do other things. So check out my podcast, Get Rich 101, now being streamed in 38 countries. I still can't get over that. That's more countries than I visited in my lifetime. Anyway, so check out Get Rich 101, check out the 30-Day Mental Diet, and if you're interested, you still have time to register for Rev Mel's class. Okay, so let's get into abundance. So I'm using the same affirmation that we used for season 2. I'm sticking with it. I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. I am so happy and grateful to be a multimillionaire in every area of my life. Okay. Let's just make that part of our daily thinking. I feel like if I keep doing that same affirmation over and over again, it'll become second nature to all of us. So when something happens out there in the universe, in the world, we'll just snap back to the affirmation and it'll get us in the right place. So that's it. Let me see what's going on in the comments. Oh, someone gave me a drum roll. Thanks, Pam. I appreciate that. Thanks for the clap. I appreciate that. Yes, man, start fast. And see, now you got me on my soapbox again. So let me just say this really quickly. So I have been in races now, right? I've done actual races. I've got medals back here from some of the races I've done. And I never expected to do that. Once I finished cross country in high school, I figured I was done with that. High school, mind you, I did not run in college at all. So there's a big gap for me in terms of running from high school to now. And when I started running these races, my whole thing was just finishing. Like that was the initial idea. And then when I ran, I don't have that medal yet, but I ran recently in a 10K, right? And I was with a group of people. And so I was trying to run with the group, right? We're all going to run together and we'll cross the finish line at the same time and then we'll go get breakfast or something. And the people in the group were like, no. You run every day. You need to be in a faster group. And so they pushed me towards it. I was like, yeah, but it's a group thing. And I was like, no, you do your thing. And so what I did is I went and started with the B group. They have, it's like A, B, C, D, and then it goes down from there. So I started with the B group, and the B group was fast, right? But because I started with them, I started running faster than I would have typically. I started fast, basically. And the group that I was actually in, according to my pace, never caught up with me because we started I started fast and then they started. And then when we slowed down with the same gap. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain. But the people who I would have been running with never caught up to me because I started with a faster group, a group that was faster than me. So it's a great lesson for running and also a great lesson for life. Start fast towards your goal. And then when you inevitably slow down, you'll still be ahead of where you would have been. All right, I got to get off the soapbox today, get back to work. Okay. Poor people spend, back on track. The middle class saves, and the wealthy invests. Poor people spend, the middle class saves, the wealthy invest. You must invest to not only retain the value of the money you have, but also grow your money. Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And that's a very grim, very grim quote, isn't it? But it's jarring in the right kind of way because it encourages you to invest. Because investing is a way to make your money work for you while you sleep. Some of you have told me stories where you've woken up to messages about getting a dividend, right? So that's money while you sleep. The dividends are working. The money is working while you sleep. Okay, so Again, this season has been about being practical. So let's just summarize where we are up until today. The theme for this week is I don't have enough money to invest. In other words, we are counteracting the idea that we don't have enough money to invest. And I've made a couple suggestions. Number one, create some buckets, at least two. Create a new savings account. It'll take you 5 minutes. You can do it online, easy breezy. Create a new savings account. Also, create a new brokerage account. Again, you can do it online, easy breezy, won't take you much time at all. And the magical thing about a brokerage account, well, there's two magical things about brokerage accounts. There are many magical things about brokerage accounts, but the two really stand out to me. Number one, you do not need to fund it to open it. Most of us are familiar with opening new savings or checkings accounts, and they always ask what money we're going to transfer into it to fund it, to get it going. With a brokerage account, you do not have to fund it at all. You can start it with zero. You can start a new brokerage account with zero. That's magical thing number one. Magical thing number two is it pays you interest. Magical thing number two about a brokerage account is it pays you interest, just like a savings account, and it pays better interest, which is wild. There's a guy that I've mentioned here before, Wall Street Trapper. He's getting 3% on his savings in his brokerage account. 3%? That's amazing. Now, of course, Wall Street Trapper has a significant amount of money, so it might be based on how much money he has in. Still, 3% is a much better rate than you're ever going to get in your savings account. So, again, recapping. Create two more buckets. Create a savings account and create a brokerage account. That's that. Also, write down your goal to pay yourself first for the rest of 2022. Write it down, because when you write that goal down, it makes it more real for you in your mind. I am going to pay myself first for the entirety of 2022. Okay? All right? Write it down. All right, so when you pay yourself first, I am suggesting that you pay yourself first, and then you take a breath, take a beat to enjoy the fact that you paid yourself first before you start paying your bills. Create a mental separation there. Pay yourself first, take a breath, maybe take a break, and then pay your bills later. Just enjoy the fact that you paid yourself first. And just a reminder, if you take, say you get $100, and if you take $10 off the top, just 10%, and set it aside, you'll never feel it. You'll be able to do everything you need to do with the $90 that's left. You will be able to do everything you need to do with the $90 that's left. But if you pay $90 worth of bills and you're left with 10, there's no way you're going to put that $10 away as an investment. It's just human psychology. You're not going to want to do it. So move that money off the top. Just commit to that and create that separation where you pay yourself, enjoy that, and then pay bills later. Okay, and also pay bills with a sense of gratitude, meaning I am grateful that I have the ability to pay these bills. Oh, alarm's going off. See, I knew I did too much sidebarring. Okay, so next thing I talked about was the envelope challenge. So what I suggested is that you take 6 pieces of paper, you write $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 on one each on each of those pieces of paper. So the first piece of paper says $1, the second piece of paper says $2, and the last piece of paper says $6, like that. Put them in a cup, put them in a bowl, pull a number out every day. Whatever that number is, transfer that from your checkings to one of those 2 buckets we just created, either your savings or your brokerage account. Alternate or decide. Maybe you're only going to do your savings account until you get to a certain amount and then move it over to your brokerage account. Or maybe you're going to go straight to your brokerage account. Okay? But the idea is pull the number out the hat and move it every day. So incremental movements every day. Maximum you have to move is $6. You got $6. You got $6. All right? So just move it over. Today, the number I pulled out the hat was $5. So I made the movement. I am doing this too. It's the first time I've done it. And I got it from a friend, but I'm doing it too. And by the way, the friend that recommended it ended up with $1,300. $1,300, an extra $1,300, extra air quotes. So I am encouraged to try this. It seems very small, but I think based on that example, it will generate great rewards for all of us if we do it. Okay. So today's new practical tip is set a goal. That's it. Set a goal. There is power in setting goals. Like even for me today with my run, not only obviously my goal was to run, but my secondary goal was to run the 3 loops. And so when it started snowing during my second loop, I didn't think for long about going back because I hadn't reached my goal. Setting goals is powerful. So within this world of finance, within this world of the stock market, set a goal. A nice goal would be to buy 1 share of the S&P 500 if you don't already have one. If you already have one, buy a second share. But I think that's a good goal to have. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying the S&P 500 it seems to be about as rock solid as you can get within the space of the stock market. Oh, I just remembered to talk about QQQ. Okay, so let me just finish what I'm saying. So set a goal, whatever that goal is, and stick to it. As I have discovered for myself that when I set a goal within the stock market, I tend to get it done faster than when I was just kind of trying out different things. So set a goal. Set a goal of getting a full share of something. I would suggest the S&P 500, but do your own due diligence. Okay, QQQ. Thank you. I can't remember who asked me to check out QQQ. I had not heard of it before. It is another index fund, and it tracks tech companies. It tracks what is called the NASDAQ 100. These are 100 companies that are very big in the tech space, like Apple, Google, some of the names you know. Well, many of the names you know, really. Tesla. Anyway, there are 100 companies in the fund, and their goal is to get a big return on those tech investments. I've done a bit of research the past couple of days, and there's mixed reviews based on when you get in or when you got it in the past. You could have gotten a 70% return on your revenue, on your income. Wait a minute, on the amount you put in over the course of many years. But there was also a period where you lost money for 12 years. So that's kind of terrifying to me. So I think for me, I am going to put it on my watch list as something to watch. I'm not going to invest in it just yet. I feel really comfortable about the S&P 500, which the ticker symbol for that is SPY, SPY. I also feel really comfortable with Vanguard's corollary of the S&P 500. The ticker symbol for that is VOO. So I'm looking at those two right now, and I'm going to put the QQQ on my watch list for later. That's just me. Do your own due diligence. It has done very well for some people. Other people, not so much. Okay, it's time for prayer time right now at 10:15, and then Rev Mel will be on for SIP at 10:30. I'll be producing that show, and I might pop in to say a few words at the end. I'm going to repeat some of these things tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. Yes, so I'll do a recap of everything we talked about this week in this week of destroying the myth that I don't have enough money to invest. Okay. And I'll try not to sidebar as much tomorrow. All right. So and check out my run report later because I did get some video of the snow as I was out in it. Anyway, keep doing. Be a hero. Be your own hero. Remember that now is better than perfect. And I will see you tomorrow, Friday.